We're back. Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon with Ben Friesen. We are now live streaming I think, round 3 of the California State Championships Open. And we had an issue here, which might be interesting. It's actually interesting no matter what kind of player you are. And Ben, why don't you scoot over to the right a little bit so the camera can get you in here as well. And you're welcome to put that mic and position that so we can actually talk about this pretty interesting situation. So what's happened is they discovered, Matt and Ed, as they're playing, that White or Matt only started with 14 checkers. And so Aragon, the tournament co-director with Candace Mayron, came in and said, Larry, can you rewind this? And that's why I had to stop the streaming just now. So my apologies for you not seeing it. What we've done is, in the meantime, when we were off the air, is we brought up this 30 gigabyte file and went all the way to the end of it to find out, nearly to the end, to find out when this last game started. And what we discovered was that White,
it was
Matt,
White is Ed here.
Oh, White is Ed.
Yeah, so Ed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ed
had to check her off the board, right?
Yeah,
Just
Ed started with 14 checkers. And instead of having 5 checkers on the midpoint, he only had 4 checkers on the midpoint. And they didn't notice it till, I don't know,
10 rolls.
10 rolls in, right?
It would have been, I guess, Ed's 10th or 5th turn.
Now, what would you do if you were the tournament director and the players came to you and they said, uh-oh, we only have 14 players for checkers? And Ed says, I want my 15 checker back? Because actually, it's, even though it may seem like, oh, it's an advantage to have 14, it's not clear. Because that checker does work. It can attack other checkers, make points, prime things.
Yeah.
So, is that an advantage or a disadvantage? And the tournament director, Aragon, had to come by and make a ruling on this. This is hard. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes making a ruling like that. That is hard stuff. And that's why he makes the big bucks, I'm sure, as the tournament director of the California State Championship. Anyway, we're in this match here where Ed has the cube at 2. Matt has doubled. Ed is at Crawford. This is a match to 11. So the Crawford rule means, or post-Crawford, means that if it's a match to 11 and one player has 10, for the next game only, the other player is not allowed to double and artificially bring up their score with an extra point. But this is post-Crawford. I think the Crawford game was 10-6.
It may have even been earlier than that. 10-6 sounds right. Yeah, and then
Ed won a gammon.
And, yep.
And so now it's 10-8. And so immediately, the minute it's Matt's turn, he's going to turn the cube. So Matt is behind, and he wants to play for 2 points. So if he wins this game without a gammon, it'll be 10-10 in a match to 11. And they call that DMP, for double match point. In other words, gammons don't count any extra. If you win the game, that's all that matters. If you don't win a gammon or backgammon, who cares? And so it actually alters the checker play, because now you don't care if you get gammoned or not, and you don't care if you gammon the other player. You simply want to make the play that's going to let you win the game with the highest probability. So checker play actually does change. But let's go ahead and look at this game now and see where we're at. Who's ahead? Who's behind? Does Matt have a chance to come back from 10-6 down to go ahead and beat Ed O'Loughlin? What is the possibility? So let's take a look. We've got Ed's leaning back. Matt's taking his, and I think we have some backgammon players in the room playing a match, but this is the voice of Backgammon live commentary room. So it does get noisy in here sometimes. So the players, if you don't mind the noise, that's fine. And what do we got? Ben, what's happening?
So Matt's trying to decide between priming here.
So he left a couple of shots in order to build the prime.
Right.
Oh, and he rolled double threes. What a joker. He's able to hit 2 checkers. And the question is, will he play the last 3 from 2 to 5 to try to escape a checker, or is he going to bring the checker down to attack?
Well, and I think he's definitely going to bring one down. I think he may bring one up as well. What's really interesting here, and I think
he's got to get out. He can attack, but he only has 9 checkers, right?
Well, no, well, yeah, he has 9 checkers in the zone, but what Ed just pointed to the board, and I suspect said to Matt is, I wouldn't have been able to roll that joker if I had the extra checker. right? So I mean, that's what's so interesting about that
you're
decision.
So right.
And the rules in the USPGF guide say that Matt did not have to allow him to put that checker on the board. He could have forced him to leave that checker off the board. And I don't know if it was by mutual agreement or what, or if even
Matt was just making a principle.
Right, I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough call. I don't know what I would do.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens. He rolls a 5-3.
Yeah, so 5-3. So he's coming in.
He can hit, but he decides not to because he doesn't want to give up that prime. And Ed is usually the one who sets up that outside board prime. He's very good at that. He can do it.
One thing that's interesting here is Matt is at Gammon Go, right? So Gammons are worth just as much as winning here for Matt.
Boy, if Matt can win a Gammon, he'll win the match.
Exactly.
So that is huge for Matt. So Ed is Gammon save. In other words, Ed does not want to lose a Gammon.
Oh, wow, look at this double six.
He rolled... Oh,
this is actually probably... I don't know. This is probably bad because it's going to allow Ed to take control of the outfield. Wow, that's really interesting.
Well, he's just got to get his one last checker out. I think Blue is still a favorite because he's so far ahead in the race. But does he want to leave this double shot here with 3s, 4? No way, that can't be right.
No, it could be because when White attacks, you can attack back. Exactly. Now, I think you're probably correct that it's wrong to leave the double shot. But you also look where this checker goes. It's out of play. I mean, you're hoping to use it to make the deuce.
Leave the 2 point at some
point. right, exactly. That's exactly what you want to use that checker for now. Right, exactly. It's an interesting decision.
Very interesting decision.
The others were essentially forced because.
And where is your XG analysis?
It is out there sitting on a table.
No problem. Right,
so
great.
What do we think? We're gonna So it's 4s and 6s.
A lot of time. He's got plenty of time on the clock.
He can't run with 3s and 5s, so he's almost. If he doesn't roll a 4 or 6, he's almost going to be forced to play from the 9. I have no idea. I have no idea what I would do here.
That's the right play.
You don't care about getting gammoned, and often in those plays we don't want to make them because we get gammoned.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if in fact he was supposed to just go ahead and leave the double shot. We'll have to find out later.
Well, he rolls a 6-1, and now Matt is still on the bar, but he guys got double ones. He's got and he rolls the double ones. Can you believe it?
Gosh.
Fantastic roll. Is he going to lift? That's the big question.
I don't think so. Matt does not care about getting gammoned. He only wants to win. The best way to win here is to spread out and hope you can make it 5.
So what do you do? Do you go 8 to 7 twice or 8 to 6?
I think 8 to 6. I think you just go big.
I like 8 to 7 twice. It's just so much safer, and you're in the game to the end.
You're in this game to the end anyway.
Yeah,
you got an anchor.
That's true.
I mean, it's this game. This game is just not fun.
Oh, he's thinking about that. What an interesting play, blocking his 6s. So he's looking at really priming the 2 checkers on the 2 point. I never even saw this. This is, by the way, this is the genius of these people, and Matt Congeyer is known as genius. But they see plays like this that mere mortals do not. Over the board, I can tell you, I'm not a great player, but I can tell you I never would have seen this play. It wouldn't have been what I considered. I would have chosen 8 to 6 or 8 to 7 twice.
Yeah.
And Matt actually makes the play. He makes the play. But double 6s is then rolled.
This is actually, I don't know that this is good for Ed. I mean, Matt's in trouble, but Ed wanted to just leave his checkers out in the outfield. He didn't want to stack them like this.
But he rolls a 4-1. He's able to get one of his checkers out. And if Matt rolls a 5 or a 6, he's not going to be able to well, but he rolls double 2s. What a joker. He's able to point at a 5. He's a 5-point prime, and he can keep it. This is a great roll for him.
So Ed's now in a commanding lead here.
Matt stays out with a 2-6, but now maybe double 6s followed by some double 1s is not great. He's going to hit.
Wow.
And maybe slot the 2 point.
Is he going to hit here? I don't know.
I mean, or maybe make the 1 point.
Maybe he
just makes the 1 point.
No, I don't think he's switching.
I love that. Make the 1 point, and then he's got. Well,
if you hit, you have to switch. I think you do not want to get hit back. But I'm wondering.
Why not? You can get hit back every day as long as it's not at the edge of the prime.
Your opponent still has a 4-point board.
I love this conversation because 2 clueless people arguing about backgammon. We really need a master in here.
Now
it's easy for us to act like we know what we're talking about.
I'm like halfway decent.
But Ed is looking at breaking his 5-point prime. So here's the thing. So that's something that I wouldn't even consider doing. But look at all the builders. He's got 3s and 4s to point and 6s, and he's got 4s and 5s to get out. And he rolls a 3-6, which is a great roll for Matt. He's now got outfield control. So and there's a 6-4, which lets Ed point on the 1.
So the 6 is absolutely hitting, but I'm not convinced you're pointing. You may be splitting here. because you have to immediately roll a 4 or a 5.
You know, Ed's gonna make it.
It seemed
he's gonna have to roll his 4 or 5.
Making your opponent dance is pretty big.
4-6. Oh, he's so close. With the 3-6, he would have had it. And it's a 4-6, and he's able to get
Matt's
out.
got to come in right here.
Huge roll for Ed O'Loughlin. This could mean the match. This was huge.
3-1, 3-2, 3-4, 3-6 are all
what has he
huge
got?
here. 3-1. That's such a big number.
Matt is able to just pull victory from the jaws of defeat here.
Oh!
Ed comes in with a double twos. Oh no!
That's basically it. I mean, it's so hard. I'm shifting, absolutely shifting. You do not care about winning a gammon here. He needs to clear the 3-point.
And he leaves.
This has got to be a mistake. You have to shift to the 3. Yeah, I mean, any 3 is really strong because all of a sudden he gets shot equity. When he makes the 5-point, there's no shot equity. Now it turned out it didn't matter. He immediately made it the next roll.
Unless he rolls double 3s.
Sure, yeah, he could roll. He could roll double 3s.
He handled double 3s once.
Or 1-3.
Now he can't handle double.
So there are now let's see, there are now 9.
Yeah, but he's got 3 checkers on the bar. If he rolls double 3s, he's doesn't matter too much.
There's only one. In fact, there's only one number that actually cracks here, and that's double 3. Everything else he can roll one more time.
And a crack is still pretty solid.
Right. Yeah. So this.
But Ed cannot roll a 4.
So now double 3, double 2, 2, 3. I'll crack. There, he's out.
And he's out. He finally got the 5 or the 4.
This match is basically over.
He's got 3 men in the bar.
That's true. He's going to get some shots.
To get a shot. And he might consider breaking that 6-point. Before, but that's actually a blunder typically, and 6-5.
Not it shouldn't be at the score. No, because at the score with 3 up, you just need to not leave shots. That's the key.
Double 5s doesn't leave shot, but double 6s does, and 6-5
so this
does. 4-3.
This very well may clear the 6. I mean,
this might be worthwhile clearing the 6.
And also both doubles play right, play well after this. Yeah,
that's great.
He may even clear the 5 after this too, but
great play by Ed O'Loughlin, clearing the 6-point, even though he's got a checker out there because he doesn't care about the gammon, right? He just wants to win the game. So whatever is the safest play, he rolled double 1.
Yeah, he's going to clear the 5 now, for sure. And then you step up.
I don't know.
And there's no shots when you go all the way. One more here. You can't stop there. There we go.
Okay, now.
And now all your doubles play, and it's like, I mean, he's got to be 99.8% here. I mean, it's.
And he rolls double 6s, so now double 1s, double 2s, and Ed won't be able to get past him. Can he do it? Oh,
it's
he gets
over.
past.
He's gonna shake his hand. I can't imagine he rolls this
double
out.
1s, double 3s, and a 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. And Ed takes a sigh of relief. Do we have the label switched? I guess we do. Yeah. That's why.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No,
that's not Matt Congeyer. That's Ed O'Loughlin on the bottom.
Right. So, yeah. So the cameras are switched. But the labels are correct. The labels are correct. Ed's on top. Ed's going to win this match.
Ed is on top. Okay.
Yeah.
So just the videos are
Yeah.
All right, great.
We can get those fixed up.
That's
but it's, I mean, Matt's going to concede this.
Oh, it's all over for Matt. Ed was able to escape. Really, it wasn't looking good for him. Matt was doing a great prime in the outfield, but these are 2 of the greatest players on the planet. And anybody can win, especially. And look how close the match was. 10-8. Matt needed a gammon. Double 5s for Ed. They shake hands.
It's over.
Congratulations, Ed O'Loughlin, winner of the 3rd open round at the California State Championship. I'm here with Ben Friesen. I'm Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave this live stream on in case there's another set of players coming up for the next open round. I'm going to actually leave and see if I have a match to play. Ben, you are welcome to stay or welcome to get your XG computer.
I'll get these this info updated and the cameras switched.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make sure we get
at
least get the right info up there for everybody, and maybe I'll come back and do some XG.
All right, that sounds fantastic.
I think we have a dinner break actually. You know what? Dinner break's right now. No matches are going to start, so we might as well just shut it down.
So we are going to shut it down. Thank you for letting me know. Please support our sponsor, GammonStuff.com. John Perner mentioned that you mentioned Voice of Backgammon, and John will give you a free carrying bag with when you buy a board with certain size checkers. So ask him about that. And it's my honor to be presenting here. We have so many giants at this tournament, and I can't wait to bring you live streaming commentary on all these fantastic players. You saw MCG. Paul McGrell is here, Victor Ashkenazi is here, Steve Sachs is here, Neil Kazaros is here. This is an unbelievable, Mochi is here, Akiko is here. It's an amazing tournament. Congratulations to Candice Maron and to Aragon for running this great show, and for Pat Gibson for putting them in charge. It's an awesome field. Phil Simborg is here with the Backgammon Learning Center, and he was giving lessons to beginners today, this morning. If you're a beginner player, stay tuned, because tournaments are really reaching out to you now. Tournament directors realize that you are the future of the game. So there's added money, it's a lot of fun, there's free food and free coffee at most of the tournaments. We're really here to have a good time. It's great social activity. You meet lots of new people, lots of new friends. You're going to learn a great game. And recent studies have shown that it reduces your risk of getting Alzheimer's, and it lengthens the time. If you're going to get it, it happens later. So play backgammon. You'll live longer and you'll be happier. This is Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon, signing off for now. We're taking a dinner break. We'll be back in 2 hours. And thank you for joining us. Take care.